Happy holidays, everybody. Today, we're going to be showing you how to spatchcock and smoke a turkey. It's a phenomenal way to cook it. Alright, I'm recording this the weekend before Thanksgiving. Hopefully we'll get it posted up in enough time for you to kind of check it out. But I'll tell you what, we've got a 20.5-pound turkey here. Just went ahead and got this one at our local grocery store. I think they were doing this one for 99 cents. And just recently I bought another one, they were doing it at 49 cents a pound if you spent more than 20 bucks, which, can you go to the grocery store and spend less than 20 bucks anymore? So let's get this thing opened up. I'll show you how you spatchcock it. Spatchcocking, it's a fancy word for cut it in half, remove the backbone. So let's go ahead and get this opened up here. Now I know I've got a bunch of juices in here because I've let this thing thaw out in the fridge for about 5 or 6 days. I'm now going to just turn this upside down over my drain right back here. Let some of that juice run out of it, just so I keep my area here clean. I'm sure everybody's done this before. You want to make sure you take out the stuff inside of it. We're going to have the giblets, the neck, and I'm not even sure what's in that bag. Make sure it's all good and cleaned out of there. It is. Now what we want to do is we want to turn it over. We want to get the breast side down, and what we're going to do is we're going to remove the backbone. Right? So we're going to cut right up here. Kind of look, you can see the backbone right here where the tail is. We're going to cut right on both sides of that. I went ahead and got some good sized shears here, but I got to tell you, this is going to be a tough job. So we're going to start here just by lifting up the tail and running right down the sides here. Now if you go too close, you'll really struggle cutting through the bones. That was not easy. So we got that whole backbone out. You can see just a 20-pound turkey. Those are big ribs right there. Let me turn this around just to show you what it looks like. That gives us a complete opening here. That's exactly what we want to see. Save this for some gravy or stock. And we just want to trim some of the excess skin off of here. I want to get rid of all of it, but because we're smoking it, it doesn't really get crispy. We're going to actually break the breastbone of this. So not too simple. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over. By the way, you can take the wings if you want. Just sort of pull this part back and tuck it. Like that. It's just a good way to position it in the smoker. Alright. Now this is an interesting move here. What we're going to do is we're going to take this, flip it over. Okay. Now you can see how this is standing up. It's because of this breastbone right here. We're going to have to break that. Usually you can do it by just pushing on it. I think that's going to be a little harder to do this time. Giving it a head start. Alright, so giving it a little bit of a head start. We just want to push that down. And the reason you're doing that is you want this to sort of lay flat. Pull it out a little bit. Now you can see just how this thing is going to be positioned right down there on the smoker. This is now ready for our seasoning. It's going to look really good. Let me dry this off, I'll pat it dry, and I'll talk about the seasonings. Now, I went ahead and made up my own seasoning. Now, you can make whatever you want. I actually like, so, by the way, end of November in Southwest Florida, it's like 72 degrees out, so we have flies. Anyway, the way I've made this, this dry rub, this is salt, pepper, adobo, which I really like, a little bit of Old Bay seasoning. I know that sounds good, but it's really good. Paprika, and I used just a bit of blackened seasoning. We had some in the cupboard, went ahead and used the rest of it. I like using paprika and a blackening just because it gives it this beautiful red color. Really helps with what it's going to look like. And I just mixed all that up into an old seasoning container here. And we are just going to go up kind of high, and we're just going to very liberally spread this over the whole bird. Going up kind of high so we get a nice sort of even spread around it. And I like using my hand so I can get it right by the edge, and then get this bunch in my hand, I just lift it up and put it on the bird again. And don't forget to pick it up and really get all sides of this thing. That's what you want to do here. This is why we pat it a little bit dry, but we don't get it completely dry. We still want some of this seasoning to adhere to it. Again, you can see I'm putting a lot on there. I want this color to really shine through. In all the joints, you don't want it to have any tan lines, you know? Oh, the other seasoning I have in here is a little bit of Sazon Tropical. Love that Sazon Tropical, but it will get your hands orange. So if you use it, be a little bit cautious. Okay, I should have started with the inside, but I am going to do the inside here as well. Do the fronts here where you're going to get the edge of these breasts too. And you can see right where we broke that backbone there. You still see the rib cage in here. You could take all this out ahead of time if you really wanted, but I don't mind doing it later. It's a little easier when it's cooked. Alright, let's get this guy flipped over one more time. We want to let it sit for a few moments. Ideally, we want this to sort of turn into like a paste that's on there. And as the salt draws the moisture out of the meat, this will begin to form up a little bit more. Alright, I've got my pellet smoker at 225 degrees. It's sitting at about 240 right now. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna put this bird in. I'm just gonna put it right on the rack. And I did go ahead and put in a pan down in mine. What I've noticed is when I cook something fairly low to the fire pot, even on a low temperature like I have it here at 225, what happens is it gets a little bit crispy on the bottom. So I put a pan down there just to kind of help dissipate some of that heat. So normally, this is recommended you do it right on the grates. And in years past, I didn't have a bird that's quite this big, and I put the upper rack in, let it cook on the upper rack, and let the drippings drip into the pan that I have below it. All right.
Over here. Yeah, right here. Hey, do me a favor. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more like it, subscribe to the channel and click on that little bell notification so you get notified of new videos. Thanks.
I'll show you what this looks like. All right, this is looking really good. We just put it in. Now what we want to do is we want to put some probes in it. We'd like to get the thickest part of the thigh at about 175 degrees and the thickest part of the breast at about 155 to 165. I'm just going to try to get right down into this breast. All right, let's get this thing closed up and we'll cook it until it is ready.
All right, so it is 10 p.m. This thing took way longer than I thought. Thankfully, I'm doing this before Thanksgiving, because if this would have happened on Thanksgiving Day, we'd have been eating turkey sandwiches and the family would have been really pissed at me. But it looks absolutely phenomenal. A little bit of backdrop. I ran to the store earlier and I ran out of pellets while I was gone. I had to come back home, put new pellets in it, relight the grill, and I wanted to go nice and slow. Interesting thing was I got the thigh up to 180 degrees. I got one of the breasts up to 165. The other one took hours longer before the other side got equally as hot. I did turn it around in the smoker just to make that go a little quicker, but let me show you what this looks like. We'll cut it tomorrow because I'm going to bed. Look at that. Does that look good or what? And it's not rubbery, the skin. Listen. That's exactly what you want to see. Now, we'll pull these probes out and see what it looks like. This is the beauty of SpatchCock, and it just comes apart so easily. Like, look, there's your leg and thigh joint. Leg. Be right there. Nice little smoke ring around it, and it's really good. Still hot. The flavor is unbelievable, and I'm shocked it's still moist after all these hours. Anyway, we'll slice this up and prep it. This is ahead of actual Thanksgiving, so we will enjoy this for sure. But good night, y'all. Safe and happy grilling.
Oh, good. You're still here. Hey, check out this one right here. This is all of our PitBoss Pellet Series smoking videos, and down here, all of the Blackstone ones. Hope you enjoy them.